Good morning and welcome to day 68 on the Pacific Crest Trail. I'm currently enjoying a lovely little stroll past some beautiful alpine lakes after having ascended and descended Glen Pass, which was a little bit sketchy at times, but made it down okay. Got the micro spikes out and I even got to Glissade at one point, so that was quite nice. Today, mostly just enjoying being able to walk. It's flattened out a fair bit along these lakes, so it's really nice just cruising along despite the heavy backpack. I'm also looking forward to going by today's plan, where we're going to end up at mile 803.9. That means that we will have done 100 miles. Another 100 miles, we'll get to mile 800 finally. It's been a long time coming, so yeah, many things to look forward to today. Very much enjoying just the views, as always, stunning in the Sierras. And yeah, so I may have zoomed ahead of the group a little bit, but I'll catch up with them. Gonna have lunch soonish. So yeah, gonna sit next to a lovely alpine lake, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy my food, have a great time. Yeah, I will catch up with you in a little bit.
Hello again. So it turns out we did not follow the master plan of getting up for 6. Turns out that when you camp nearly 11,000 feet in the air, things get frosty overnight, and so people wanted to dry out their stuff as much as possible before we left. So we had to wait a little while for the sun to actually come out, and I think we left closer to maybe 8 a.m. in the end. But yeah, so I got to the base of Glen Pass with Cannonball and Jump Scare before speeding ahead, as I mentioned. It's interesting because I went into the Sierras, I think we all did, thinking that we always needed to stay together because it was dangerous, whether you're post-holing or there's a water crossing or something kind of just intense that you're not prepared for. But as time's gone on, I've kind of got more confident in my ability to just handle these situations. Obviously, I still want to play it safe, so if there's a water crossing that's a bit sketchy, waiting for someone to come along. But with that confidence is coming back the kind of old frustrations that I used to have. So kind of going at everyone else's pace, going or leaving camp at a specific time, things like that. So yeah, the last 2 days or so I've really enjoyed just kind of going at my own pace, doing what I set out to do. It feels quite nice to kind of accomplish that. I also really enjoyed walking around the lakes. Again, the Sierras are beautiful in so many ways. Chatting to another hiker today, and he was saying that the Sierras is what he imagines heaven is like. So high praise indeed, but it really is that beautiful. When I had lunch, I bumped into a bunch of other hikers also lunching, so I sat with them, chatted, and dried out my quilt a bit more, just to make sure it was nice and puffy, and then went another 3 to 4 miles to wait for the rest of the group at the 800 mark, but alas, it was not to be. I stayed there for probably about 3 hours, I think, and got to about half five, and asked a hiker going past if he'd seen them, and he said that he'd seen them, I think, frolicking in one of the lakes. So I do not blame them at all, and I kind of thought that's what they'd be up to, so I hope they had a wonderful time out there. So yeah, by that time I was kind of getting worried about making it to camp in time to eat before it got dark. So I made the decision to make my own way, and continued through gorgeous woodland to a really cool and wobbly suspension bridge. So that was fun to go over. And then after that, just kind of walked along something, I'm not sure what it's called. It's a cross between a waterfall and a river, just really powerful water, really impressive to watch. And there were also a few water crossings with smaller rivers that fed into it, that were slightly sketchy. Luckily I was able to rock hop most of them. There was one where I do think I was a little bit stupid, and I probably should have waited for someone or turned back, but I made it across. It just involved throwing my bag across and then throwing myself across as well, but yeah, a bit stupid, but I survived. I ended up getting to camp absolutely ravenous, starving hungry, and pretty exhausted from the day. It's a pretty popular site. There are a lot of campers here, but managed to squeeze my tent in, my oversized tent. So yeah, this is another night where I'm camping alone in terms of being away from the rest of the ducklings. There are many other hikers around, but yeah, hopefully I'll be able to meet up with the ducklings tomorrow. We're on the same kind of itinerary, we all have the same plan, so hopefully they'll be able to catch up, maybe walk a little bit further. But we'll all end up in this place called VVR, which I forget what it stands for, but I will remind myself and repeat that tomorrow. But yeah, so we're all getting there at the same time. Tomorrow should be a shorter day, just because of the distance between the passes and doing them safely. You don't want to wait too late in the day to start going up or down a pass, because the snow gets quite mushy and a little bit dangerous if it's that slippery. So I'm planning on waking up fairly early, because I'm about 5 miles away from the next pass. So yeah, waking up early to get there in time so that the ice is nice and solid, and I don't slide off the edge of a mountain. And with that, I will see you tomorrow.